If you scroll by, I hope you have a wonderful day and you love. If you stay, you could help a mother with de novo stage 4 metastatic breast cancer save her family. I know I don't look sick, but in March of 2022, I found a lump in my right breast that I couldn't believe I hadn't noticed. Scans would later show that it was over an inch and a half long. At the time, I was still grieving my mother after her death in May of 2020, and for months I'd felt like grief was draining the life from me. This provided a much scarier reason for my exhaustion. I got in to see a doctor as soon as I could, but it was after COVID and doctors' offices were crazy booked. Still, by May, I had a diagnosis of stage 2 moderately differentiated breast cancer. Tough, but curable. I was anxious to get started, but a friend begged me to get a second opinion. My doctor, or my second doctor, ordered a PET scan my first doctor didn't think was necessary. It showed the 9 tumors in my breast and lymph nodes that I knew about, and one in my spine taking up almost an entire vertebrae that I didn't. It didn't have stage 2 cancer. I had de novo stage 4, HR positive, HER2 negative metastatic breast cancer. There is no cure, and less than 10% of patients with my diagnosis survive longer than 5 years. Over the past 2 years, I've had 2 rounds of radiation, an injection every 2 months, infusions every 3 months, more than 10 PET scans, 2 Siriana scans, and started a daily chemotherapy cocktail. All the tumors in my breast area, except the main one, have essentially vanished. Due to the time between my first PET scan and starting treatment 2 months later, the tumor in my spine spread to 2 more vertebrae. However, all 3 are currently inactive, though they will never be gone. At the moment, my doctor thinks I will be in that lucky sliver of patients who gets a relatively long life. That presents new challenges. We have needed to pool all our resources into my cancer fight, including everything we had for our future and our sons. Our savings is essentially depleted. We had debt from my treatment and associated expenses. I've fallen behind on bills. On top of this, my treatment will continue as long as I am alive. One of my meds costs more in 2 months than our yearly rent without insurance. I have 6 other medications as well. I can't do this anymore without help or universal health care. Only if you're able, I would be so grateful for any assistance you could offer. You can do it here or on my link tree, which is here. Also, there are other avenues of more immediate assistance if you would rather go that route. If you can't donate, just sharing this story and the links to as many people as possible will help. The funds will go to our daily survival first, then our debts. If this really takes off, I have a dream of creating a foundation to help other metastatic patients' families with expenses and estate and financial planning. Feels like something I am called to do since I'm lucky enough to plan for a future myself. If you've made it this far, thank you. Sending everyone love.